Shabbat Shalom, this is Rabbi Israel, the Rabbi at Miami Jewish Health. In our weekly portion BeShalach, we read how the children of Israel have now left Egypt after the 10 plagues. But Pharaoh regrets having let them go, and so he sends his army in pursuit of the Israelites. The children of Israel find themselves trapped between the sea and the army. But God separates the waters of the sea, and they cross safely to the other side. 3 days they walk in the wilderness, but there's no food, no water, until they come to this place called Marah. In Marah there is water, but they cannot drink it. Why? As the Torah says, they could not drink the waters of Marah because they were bitter. Sounds straightforward, right? The waters are bitter. Who can drink those waters? But the Rabbi of Kotsk gives us a different explanation, which has a big lesson to be learned from it. The Rabbi says it was not the waters that were bitter. It was the Israelites that were bitter. They could not drink the waters of Marah because they, the Israelites, were bitter. Why were they bitter? They were angry. They were restless. They were hungry. They were thirsty. 3 days in the desert. No food, no water. And so when they came to this place, and there was water, but the water was, not the best water. They could not drink it. They saw it as bitter. They saw it as bad. So many times the way we think, the way we act, the way we feel, colors the way we see the world around us. When we become embittered, everything around us seems to be bitter. When we let feelings of anger and resentment take over, we tend to find fault with people around us. But just as it was not the water that was bitter, but it was the Israelites that were bitter, so the defects and the faults that we find in others might not be more than a simple reflection of how bitter we are, how frustrated we are. Yeah, nobody is perfect. Maybe those people in front of us are not perfect, but our own bitterness and our own frustrations magnify whatever defects or issues they have. Life certainly gives us reasons to be angry, to be bitter. Life is not always fair. So many times things happen. We get sick, our loved ones get sick. We get older and things are not easier. Our loved ones pass away. But we have a choice on how to face these issues. We can allow the bitterness and the frustrations to take over, and then everything will look even more difficult, more bitter, like the waters of Marah. Or we can try to maintain a positive outlook, even if it's difficult. So many times it's so difficult to keep a positive outlook. But if we try, we'll feel the benefits. If we try to stay positive, if we try to keep the hope, if we try to ask God for strength and guidance to face our difficult moments, to find blessings in the midst of everything that's going on, we will be much the better for it. May God guide us to see the waters of Marah in a positive light, knowing that it is in our power to make the world around us feel a little better most of the time. Shabbat Shalom.